Yo, Tony D with the decent indie pile. I consider Image indie for me, just how I'm rolling. I got 3 Image books, one very nostalgic. Shout out to Matt, Speeding Bullet Comics, he hooked me up. Shout out to Radiant Rook, really getting me into Ghost Machine, and we'll talk about that. And I went ahead and jumped on Dynamite Blood Red, and this is very interesting. There's some key things I want to talk about that as well. Nice little pile. Man, let's start off with Rook Exodus. Now, I've been hearing fantastic things about this book. And part of the channel, man, I'm just going to be brutally honest about my experiences and some things. I think with some of these Ghost Machine books, I'm jumping in at the wrong point. Jason Fabok, fabulous artist, man. I remember a lot of Batman books in the early like in the 2000s, 2010s, a lot of his work. So the artwork is fantastic. Totally dig it. But the story, I'm lost. I need to get with, I need to hook up with Radiant Rook and get some deets, man. Sometimes that's what it takes for me, is to feed on that excitement from another fan. I mean, I get it. I want to get out. That's fantastic. I want to get out of the habit of just dipping my toe in one issue and making a judgment call there. I want to spend a little more time. Hyde Street is a perfect example for me. I'm a huge contrarian to a fault, but Matt, shout out to Matt, Speeding Bullet Comics. He got me rolling on the Hyde Street, man. I love it. So I want to keep that rolling, man. I talked to my buddy in Austria a couple of days ago, and we had a fantastic conversation. And we talked a lot about modern books. Yeah, the artwork's on point, man. Like, if anything, I will buy this for the artwork. The story, though, I'm a little lost, but I think I can get caught up. There's a lot of passionate fans out there, and I love talking to them, and maybe they can get me spun up on the story. Like, the only thing I know right now is they have helmets where they can talk to animals. It's got to be deeper than that. So mentally in my mind, it's, I don't know, there's more. I know there's more, but yeah, the artwork is on point for sure. I can see people getting into this just for artwork alone, but dude, it's like, what, into 8 reprints? It's up there, man. But Radiant Black, I think I jumped in on a bad spot with Radiant Black. But man, with so much buzz and likability that I hear from people, I'm trying to bust out of my contrarian ways, and that way I don't miss out on cool stuff, man. But shout out to Jason Fabok, man. Great artist. I'll bust out the Hyde Street, man. Like, Hyde Street just does it for me. And maybe it's just what I like. But like I said, I want to bust out of that, just get out of my head a little bit and enjoy other things, not be so serious. The comic book hobby is so fantastic. And I mentioned earlier, I talked to my bud in Austria, and we did talk about modern books. And there's something I want to talk about that is our generation, the availability was high. Like, anywhere you went, like a grocery store, there was a magazine rack, and there's always comics there. So like, when my mom would go to the grocery store, I would stick right there, and she knew where I was at. She knew I wasn't going to go wandering around, and you could do stuff like that back then. And man, I would just sit there and look at books. There were times I would ask for stuff. Sometimes I'd get it. Sometimes I wouldn't, but it was all good. My mom she was a good mom, dude. She always would hook me up if she could. But also, in every quick shop you went into, a 7-Eleven or whatever was, even those little mom and pop quick shops would have books. So anytime you went into a place like that, there was a spinner rack. So the availability was so high. And I was like, what do kids do now? Maybe, I believe I was 19 or 20. Yeah, I mean, that's an odd thing to say, but I had no idea there were comic shops. And in my hometown, I don't know how I found this place, but I would go in there. I would stay in there for hours, man. I was that kid. I mean, I say kid, 19, I was young, man. And I was always in the Alien, Terminator, Predator section. And I bought a bunch of those books. I might throw some of those up. But yeah, that was just kind of where I was at in those days. So the availability, younger people, like I kind of, I look at it like it's, I take it on as like a responsibility to get books to kids that I know, kids in the neighborhood. Hey man, you in the comics? It really doesn't even matter. Like, just if you have books like dollar books or things that are piling up and you just want to, offload them, give them to kids, man. I'm telling you, you could change a kid's life with the stories, the artwork, and of course, be careful what you hand a kid. There's some very adult-oriented content out there, but I mean that goes without saying, man. Ain't nobody gonna do that. I would hope not, but give your books to kids if you can. Maybe Matt and Rachel can give me some information on maybe donation type places. I think that's a worthy cause. They are big on literacy for children, and I think it's fantastic. I heard Matt in a video, this is like an old video, dude, but he talked, and it made sense. He talked about the statistics of if you have reading material available in the home, kids are more likely to read and improve their literacy, which I think is super important. And it made sense. And I don't think you need statistic numbers, but just the odds, I'll call it that, the odds of a child increasing their reading, even reading to kids, I think is important. That was something my mom, shout out to my mom, she would read to my kid books. And that was always very special. I'm sure it was special for my son, but also just you can create special bonding experiences. Now, I wouldn't read Hyde Street to a kid. we, you let them develop, and they can get to that. But I love Hyde Street, man. So that's kind of my talk on getting kids availability. So the availability has changed, but if since comic book stores are like really a specialty store, it's different than walking into a quick shop and there's a spinner rack. But so yeah, I would like to hear anyone's opinions on that. I totally dig the new generation. I'm not a generation hater, man. I love all generations. I love the golden age people, the silver age, the bronze and copper. That's kind of where I'm in right now with some of my collecting, but I always keep going with the modern. I believe that's important for me. If you get stuck, yeah, this video is kind of turning into a specialty video, but I think if you just stick with a generation, and it's cool, but I think you're limiting yourself from a lot of great stuff. There's a lot of great modern readers, and Tinyan's one of them. Fantastic writer, man. And there's deep writers as well. A big example of that is Luana Vecchio. Very extreme, deep writing. I did a review of Doll Parts, and it is so deep, man. Don't judge a book by its cover. A lot of it's risque, but that story was deeply powerful to me, and it hit some spots, man. But the Maxx, dude, what a read. Like, this is really, I've said it on some of my other like little mega mini reviews of the Maxx. Like, my only viewpoint was from Liquid TV in the 90s, and I wish I never watched it. It was cool, man. I totally enjoyed it. I love there's actually exact pages in here that were in the cartoon. Like, they did like a panel by panel type rendering. Maybe it was issue 2, but I'll show you one. You know, the niblets. But yeah, like just the whole mental illness, trying to figure out what's real and not real. Like, and Sam Kieth's art is fantastic. Shout out to Matt again, man. I'm giving him some major shout outs. He hooked me up with the first 3 issues. I think it's issue 2 where they do like some serious panel by panels. But issue 1, 2, 3 really, I think it wraps up an arc, it feels like. Mr. Gone really lays out what's going on, or does he? See what I mean? Yeah, I don't think it's this issue. I think it's issue 2, but it's good stuff, man. Sam Kieth is like incredible. This was 1993, I believe. So when this came out, I was in the military. Shout out to the veterans. Today's Veterans Day. Some people, it's a real serious time for reflecting, but much respect. I was in the Navy for a couple of years, but much respect, man. I can't say enough. Yeah, it's really touching, but yeah, the Maxx, issue 3. Now I'm totally like lost where I was going, but oh yeah, I was in Iceland in 1993, and my comic book availability was very limited. There was like, they would have Superman there, and that was when everything was going crazy, man. Like Green Lantern was going evil, Superman was dead, Batman had a broken back. Like all of that was kicking off. Glad I wasn't around for it, because a lot of that I really didn't resonate with me, but they always had the 2099 arcs up there. So I had like some Spider-Man, some X-Men, but man, shout out to Iceland, dude. That's a great country, man. I liked being there. I liked the experience. But yeah, comic books were limited. Dynamite Blood Red. This cover sucked me in, and that's what a cover should do, right? It should pique your interest, suck you in, you know. I mean, no pun intended with Vampirilla, but this story really has some different things, man. And I love the artwork. I love that, I don't know, man, if you can call it like a minimalist type edge. It's good though. But just to give you some deets, it appears that there is a thing called the X virus, which is turning all the dudes into zombies. And it's a lot of your Dynamite characters are banded together, which I think it's a good idea for survival. And our girl, Vampirilla, is like a private detective in this wacky world. And that totally reminds me of X-23. Not sure who that character is. So I'm getting spun back up in the Dynamite universe of, you know, Vampirilla and the other chicks. And they have like little arena fights. I do enjoy the cinematic flavor they throw in here. Kind of like a Mad Max type thing. But like I was saying, I totally enjoy, it's kind of funny. The Dynamite universe is fun. Man, if you're into variant covers, check out Dynamite. I mean, they'll have like 70 for each issue. It's a lot of variety. Positive thing, there's something for everybody, right? I totally got away from girly covers. Man, I really stay away from that, dude. It's a huge waste of money for me. But it sells. I think if I was flipping books, it would be girly books. I sold a very risque zombie tramp. Dude, I'd netted like $595. It was crazy. Just to give you the deets, man, not leave you hanging. But this was when I was doing like dipping my toes into the CGC world. And that was like the worst thing that could happen, because then I thought, oh man, I got to grade some more. I have 10 graded books and I'll never do it again. It's a hollow experience, but man, I did. I netted a bunch of money on that Zombie Tramp risque cover. And I had seller's remorse because, you know, there you go, man. It kicked in like, oh my God, did I sell something possibly that over time could increase. I hit the buyer up and I was like, hey, take care of my girl. And they were cool, man. They were like, they totally loved, they mentioned their love for the artist. I think it's Mendoza. I don't know, I could be wrong, but they loved the character and the artist. Man, I felt so good. I was like, cool, a collector got the book. I did not want like one of these flipper resellers to get it, but she didn't negotiate. She just straight up bought it. And you know what? That'll probably never happen again. So I got lucky, man. Just fortunate. So yeah, in the book, they have this little community and they're surviving. I totally love this spaceship wreck. So they have man, I totally got off track. Sorry about that, man. But it's like, Vampirilla is like a detective. And I think that's cool. And they also make the mention of her being from the planet, which if you're into Vampirilla, she was from another planet full of vampires and came here. I can't get too deep into that. Dude, that's a rabbit hole I think I'll go into. Love it. But they make mention of that, which is cool. So I guess what I'm saying is, man, like this would be a great jumping on point. You know, you've got some fresh stuff going down. It's not your typical Vampirilla type action. And then you have this craziness, like, and yeah, these two have a confrontation where she's like, you need to quit doing what you're doing or I'm going to lay the beat down on you. And Vampirilla, man, she ain't like that, man. You can't boss her around. So she's keeping, I'm not sure who this is to her. I'm sure it's a character that is in this universe and means something, but look what I mean by the artwork, dude. It's totally cool. Like that minimalist, blocky sketch type feel. It's hard to describe sometimes. I think if you know what I'm talking about. So she's keeping this cat alive. It looks like he ain't got no legs. I don't know, man, but you have like a mystery there where she's reading to the dude. And so they're investigating this spaceship. And I think it's cool, man. It's like your typical 50s saucer. I like that. And I think there was a reason for that. It's because when you get to who is piloting it, I'm going to say it wrong, man. Deja Throws? It's that character. And Saviors from the Stars. I'm totally going to buy the next issue. And like I said, man, like if you like variant covers, I know Perillo and I believe Del Auto, man, they do some serious work. If you're into girly covers, it's there, man. Cosplay, it's there. I'm giving this a gird, man. I totally like this. They even did, and I don't understand these grab bag things. Maybe someone can help me with that, where I totally want, and I haven't seen the movie yet. It doesn't matter really. Weapons. So they have a variant cover. Like I totally want that, man. I love homage to movies, like movie posters. I think that's something I'll start collecting as well. But I don't understand blind bags. Like, somebody comment on that, man. Smarten your boy up. But I don't know what that means, man. Like, I was even searching a little bit on eBay and I couldn't find what I was looking for. I mean, I can Google it, hit AI or whatever, but talking to people, man, I'm more into that. I like that interaction. I don't want to get everything from the interweb. Yeah, man, Dynamite, good jumping on point. Maxx 1 through 3. A mental, that's a very cerebral mental ride. Sisterhood, I didn't talk a whole lot, man. I got a little sidetracked, but that's cool, man. It's topics we need to talk about. Sisterhood, I do enjoy these stories outside of the main issue. This one's really good, man. This one is really about vengeance and how it can be a dark and horrible path. Radiant Rook, hit me up, bro. Definitely need to spend some time with you at the shop and get it.